Shubor nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Unong yalam kaliang persya u Dr. Mukul sangma hagas ni tho ding ulabu Kylli la Hato kaladon ka Jingsylla ban Siat yap yo ba Cherry Starfield thank you hagas step lai biji jong ka khatlai tarik unailar arajar arpawai habakran chikila pathai khubor Dr. Mukul uloong bahak bayade ba ka Jingja yo ba Cherish ka hok ka klem yo alat ban yang rasong bat namar kata kalami ka Jingsubas ni persya ya ka Sorkar jela Ulaong ru banaka kai phot halor ka Jingsylla Siat yap uba Cherish lalap bakaladon ka Jingpendan kampalat ya ka bor bar ka Jing bamper khat bhana kaliang kipulen U Dr. Mukul ulaong ru balada kipulet kilakwa ban kem yo uba Cherish kilade ban don bhashwa ya ki Jingtep ki babiang ha ka ju por U Dr. Mukul ulaong ba kipulet kilade ban up hadu banda shai ka sun beneng namar kan ya rap ban pinduna ya ka Jingdu ya ki minsim breu ni ka Jingmi jong ka Jingmen saw Henry kabalingo kalong baki klemle satya kumta loong unong yalam kalyang persya. Nalor kataw loong baka Sorkar kalasdang ban pau baga day kabasya keno don kti hagdi ka Jingja bat namar kata kam day ban ong am ya kinu ki Jingdawa bakan top ya ka Jing toket da ka National Investigation Agency bat da ka CBI.
Unfortunate killing of Cherry Starfield, thank you. Going by this report, there is a reason to ask the government to come clear on whether there was a criminal conspiracy to lead to this unfortunate incident wherein the deceased has to become a victim of this thoughtless killing. So this question we are putting before the government, and this same question the people of the state should put before the government. And therefore, if the answer has to come, therefore there has to be an inquiry. What type of inquiry? An independent inquiry. In the efficiency and competence of our Meghalaya police. Let me repeat, I take pride in the efficiency and competence of our Meghalaya police. I have no doubt about their efficiency and competence. Therefore, I also take pride in the intelligence gathering system that is there in the police organization. I know it, therefore I'm telling you. Yeah, if we have been able to have pinpoint accurate information in the past, we have demonstrated it. No? The police have demonstrated it. It is not something which is based on my assumption or presumption. No, we know it. Meghalaya police is one of the most competent organization in the country, amongst all the police organizations across this nation. I have taken pride on this. I have shared this in our internal security meeting convened by MHA on a number of occasions. And you have all the facts available when you connect the dots of incidents that has taken place in the past. You will have this inference as what I'm referring to. And therefore, now if there was an input available that the deceased was in his own residence and the deceased was staying with his wife and 2 children. Do you expect that the Meghalaya intelligence is so incompetent to know whether any member belonging to the organization, any cadre of the organization was there or not? I don't accept it. I am telling you I don't accept it because of the high level of efficiency and competence of our intelligence gathering. That means were not they using the right people? Or were they ignoring this input? And were they trying to shield themselves by referring to, oh, there was a possibility of this? My dear friends, once they have a pinpoint information based on the whole intelligence input, which is usually available with a vast network of our internal security apparatus, then the whole operation is done in such a way that there is minimum collateral damage to the citizens, or in other words, the members of the families in the neighborhood, and also to avoid and prevent such chances of any loss to our own police personnel. And therefore, once a pinpoint, accurate input is available with the police, then what is the usual procedure? They will ensure that, okay, that area is cordoned off. And in the instant case, I think it was cordoned off. The whole house was already surrounded by the number of members of the police organizations who were there in the raid, which is reflected in this report. And the usual expected line of action is that they wait for the dawn so that the visibility is used to minimize the chances of any collateral damage. That is the SOP. Wherever there has been rain across the state in the past, it's always in the dawn. 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning, it is on expected line because that is part of the SOP. Now in the instant case, you look at the incident has taken place at 3 o'clock. And for inquiry is for that, whether they wanted to arrest him or they wanted to kill him. If they would have been able to arrest him, they would have got further more information. They would have been able to enrich themselves with further more inputs, which are crucial for the internal security of the state and the nation. Okay, that's why it also amounts to destruction of evidence. Sometimes some people can be giving you number of important inputs in the matter of pursuing any instance of crime. Now, if you go by other instances of the past, there has been some instances where in order to ensure that, okay, there is no more further progress in the investigation of cases, sometimes, the sources of inputs, the witnesses, the evidences are destroyed. Killing a potential man who could have provided some more information is also amounting to that. So law can be interpreted in many ways. Whether the deceased has many other things, whether he had many things, in other words, whether they were afraid of spilling bills by the deceased. All those things also come. So these are million-dollar questions, so they'll have to answer. And my point is therefore, whether there was a criminal conspiracy to lead to this circumstance which led to the killing of late cherished Turtle. Thank you. Hour or 1.5 hours at the most to have that kind of visibility. As simple as that. Now, why this SOP was not followed? Why? Was it because of incompetence of this police? The men of the organizations who have been highly trained. Please remember that we have given them such kind of training which made me on number of occasions take the pride on the efficiency of our police organization, the men of the police organization. Our police, state police, have demonstrated very high level of efficiency. And therefore, I have no reason to believe that it's because of incompetence. Therefore, what is the other angle? The other angle has to be, therefore, looked at from the legal perspective, inconsistent with the law of the land. Was there, therefore, I am putting the question before the government. Let this same question be put by the people of the state. Was there a criminal conspiracy to make this incident happen? From all the circumstances leading to this unfortunate incident, wherein the life of the deceased had to be lost due to this thoughtless as have been used by the Commissioner of Inquiry himself. It has become property of the public. And on behalf of the people of the state and the nation, we are asking this, that this must be done, lest similar things are repeated. And a general perception starts, superseding everything else, wherein people will start having lack of trust and confidence on the system. People should never be allowed to have that kind of perception where people have lack of trust and confidence on our system. Because it is the trust, it is the confidence of the people on the system which sustains our democracy. And therefore it is very crucial, and that is why it is important. And that is the reason why I am saying that we need to instill confidence. The government need to instill confidence on me, on you, and for the people. You know, I have to also have confidence in the system that yes, everything that has happened was without any predetermined ill motive. If there was a predetermined ill motive, then it goes back to the same thing. Was there a criminal conspiracy? Have been erased. But usually, since this is pertaining to an incident involving alleged killing, therefore certain names are not reflected in the report, though it will be available with the government in their confidential record. Since this document has become public, certain names are not reflected. This is inconsistent with the usual practice. We used to practice this, okay. Certain names are always not disclosed only because sometimes disclosure of these names can have certain ramifications on the individuals, okay. So, and not only that, it can also have ramification on the course of the case. If it goes to judiciary, if there is a judicial intervention, if somebody seeks judicial intervention on this, then the overall course of the case can be influenced. People can try to reach out to people. That's why sometimes you don't disclose the names of the witness, answered by the government. And therefore, all the action that is expected in sync with the law of the land has to be directed towards this, to find out and rule out, through proper independent inquiry as to whether there was, I am being straight and blunt, and government has to do that in order to instill confidence amongst the people of the state. So therefore I'm saying, and I'm asking the people of the state to put this question before the government, was there criminal conspiracy resulting in this unfortunate demise of this deceased? And therefore, we need the answer. How will we get the answer? There has to be an independent inquiry based on this.
Well, the original commissioner.
See, that's why every report by the Commission of Inquiry is in a seal. They are not made public until and unless government goes through them and then decide. So they have decided, but then idea is that after going through the report, if there are some names which should not be disclosed, the government has the prerogative. As incompetent as they appear from what has happened, they have been trained, they have been conditioned, they have gone through similar kind of exercise in the past. This is not something which is fresh and new to the police organization of the state.
Since 2014, our country has been plagued by divisive forces. TMC is in Meghalaya with the mission to empower the people, uphold the ethnic cultures and traditions, celebrate the sacred land. To oust the proxy BJP government from Meghalaya, be the change, support TMC by calling on 96877 96877.